This is Michael Lukes with the Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization, and today I'm joined with Nick Hakim from MusicVault. Nick, thanks a lot for joining me.
Absolutely, glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about MusicVault.
All right, great. Yeah. So MusicVault is a platform that provides an easy way to build playlists using songs that you stream on the web. So, whether it be a YouTube song, a song from SoundCloud, maybe Bandcamp, or just a song that you find on your friend's Facebook wall, we provide an easy way to keep track of that music and build playlists with it. In addition to that, you can add your friends to these playlists and kind of build playlists in a social way for parties and events and such.
And how did your group come up with the initial idea?
Well, initially, we realized how much music was being shared across social media. So our initial idea was to create a platform to reward people for the promotion on social media. And over the summer, we had an internship at a web development firm in Brooklyn, New York. And we sat down with an amazing team of developers, and they helped us break our idea down into its most simple form. And we realized the problem that we were really going to solve was the sharing aspect. It was kind of difficult for people to share and store their music from a ton of different sources. So that's kind of how we broke it down into our minimum viable product, and then realized we had a good idea there. So that's kind of how MusicVault was born.
And recently you won the People's Choice Award for the 2013 CEO National Elevator Pitch Competition People's Choice Award. Now, competing in the National Elevator Pitch Competition is not your first competition. As our paths crossed at the National Self-Employment in the Arts Business Plan Competition earlier this year, what progress and changes have affected your business over the past year?
As I just mentioned, actually during the Self-Employment in the Arts Business Plan Competition, that was when we had our previous idea for the promotional rewards platform. And since then, like I said, we spent the summer at an app and web development firm, and that's when we kind of pivoted on our idea into the storage and organization and sharing aspect of MusicVault. And since then, we've hired a developer out of MIT who has been building a beta for us over the past about 2 months, and we actually just launched it about a week ago. So it's private currently. We're going to be pushing it out to the public, hopefully in the next few weeks when we work out some bugs and everything. But overall, we've made a ton of progress.
Now, are there any rights or copyright issues that you run into with that kind of service?
That's a question that we get a lot, and it's actually pretty interesting that we don't run into any of that because our site simply is embedding the music onto people's profiles. So we're not storing any of the music. We're simply just hosting it.
Gotcha. And as I mentioned, you won the People's Choice Award, receiving the most votes for your video pitch. What did you do to promote your entry in the competition? And you already mentioned you're going to use the $500 for further web development, but how did you promote your video online?
Well, we've been working on MusicVault for almost a year now, and over the course of that year, we've pivoted probably 8 times, which is pretty amazing. So, over the course of that year, we've had tons of supporters, friends, families, colleagues, fellow students that are, supportive of us and our endeavors with MusicVault. So it was pretty easy for us to get, all the votes and support that we needed to win this competition. We had a lot of family that set up email chains. My partners and I posted the video in some startup blogs that we frequent and a couple Facebook groups that we're members of. And ultimately that helped us win, and it worked out really well for us.
And how has the competition impacted yourself and your business?
The biggest takeaway from the conference was definitely networking. We met a ton of great entrepreneurs and fellow students from around the country. And just connecting with these kids and seeing what kind of great ideas they're coming up with and, possible partnerships in the future is invaluable. We met a few students from Bryant University, which is actually pretty close to Quinnipiac. It's about 2 hours away, and we just connected with them, and now we're going to be competing with them in a business plan competition in 2 months. So it's interesting to, see how these relationships evolve and how networking can really, really benefit you.
And what are your next few steps for MusicVault?
The next few steps we have, my partners and I definitely have a long road ahead of us in terms of beta testing, designing our website, soliciting partnerships with bars and clubs in the New Haven area, and ultimately just building a kick-ass product that our generation is going to love.
Awesome.
Oh, I think I'm losing you here.
Oh, sorry about that. What's your best piece of advice for fellow young entrepreneurs?
Best piece of advice, I would have to say persistence. As I mentioned a few times, the guys and I have been working on this for about a year now. We've pivoted on our idea about 8 times, and we've competed in 5 or 6 competitions. Up until the CEO competition, we hadn't won any sort of prize money or any recognition from these competitions. But as many times as we were discouraged from not winning the competition, we'd always want to throw the towel in and just give up. But we just kept on pushing. And once you get the ball rolling on a great idea, it makes it all worth it. So my best piece of advice is persistence. Never give up.
That's great advice, and congratulations on the People's Choice Award, and congratulations on your persistence and going through with MusicVault, and good luck with everything in the future. And thanks again for joining me.
Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate it.